and welcome to my YouTube channel, English as a Second Language in Pakistan. This video lecture is about Intermediate Part 2 English course, the novel Goodbye Mr. Chips. In this lecture, we are going to discuss chapter number 5, the last part of chapter number 5 from line number 1 to line number 19. And overall, this is lecture number 25. As I read the lines for you, as we go through the text, I'll be explaining you the synonyms in context. I'll also be explaining you the concepts discussed throughout these lines. Are you ready? Let us start. She had no parents and was married from the house of an aunt in Ealing. Now, Ealing is name of a place in UK. And in this line, we come to know that she has no parents. Catherine is parentless, and she was married with Mr. Chips, and the event of marriage took place at one of her aunt's house. On the night before the marriage, when Chips left the house to return to his hotel, she said with mock gravity, seriousness. Mock means artificial. Mock gravity indicates that she tried to look serious. She tried to make her tone feel serious, but she was not serious, as she has good understanding with Mr. Chips. They both love each other. They both have feelings for each other. So what she is going to say is not much, but she tried to be serious. It's a sort of joke, mock gravity. This is an occasion. She's saying that a night before our marriage, it's a memorable event. This is an occasion. This last farewell of ours, I feel rather like a new boy beginning his first term with you. Catherine is saying that tomorrow is our marriage ceremony, and today, this night, we are meeting as singles or as individuals, not as a married couple. We are meeting for the last time. She tells Mr. Chips that she feels that she is a new student in his classroom. Not scared. She tells that she is not afraid of him, mind you, but just for once in a thoroughly respectful mood. But she says that still I respect you. Shall I call you sir? She asks Mr. Chips that if she should call him Mr. Chips or sir. Or would Mr. Chips be the right thing? Mr. Chips. And then before Mr. Chips could reply anything, she herself replied that, oh, Mr. Chips would be okay. Mr. Chips, I think, goodbye then, goodbye, Mr. Chips. Most of the time in intermediate board examinations, we are asked what is the importance of the title of this novel, Goodbye, Mr. Chips. This question means that at what places or in what situations this name was used in the novel. Throughout the novel, there are two events when Mr. Chips is said these words. First is this event, a night before his marriage, when Catherine, his future wife, says goodbye, Mr. Chips. And there will be another event in the last chapters when a student will say the same to Mr. Chips. So Mr. Chips remembers both of these things. Actually, this event, this line is one of the most important, most impactful lines of the novel, Goodbye, Mr. Chips. This line is so important that the author chose these lines to be the title of this story. So, a handsome clip clock. Hansom is a type of horse vehicle. At the front there is a horse and at the back there is a vehicle. They are joined together and it is called hansom. It is a sort of horse vehicle. Clop, clop clopping. Now clop clopping is a sort of, it's a kind of sound. It is produced when a horse runs onto the road. Clop clopping in the roadway. Green pale gas lamps flickering, flickering, twinkling, twinkling on a wet pavement. Pavement, a roadside or a footpath. Newsboys shouting. There are some newsboys here and there. They are shouting about South Africa. There must be some news in the newspaper as they are trying to sell. There must be some important news about South Africa and they are shouting about South Africa. And also another thing they are shouting about is Sherlock Holmes in Baker Street. This must be a new episode in that time. And but as far as Mr. Chips is concerned, all this clopping, all this shouting of the boys, all this flickering of the lights, everything has got, everything is unimportant. One thing and only one thing is coming to his mind as he's going back to his hotel, and that one thing is goodbye, Mr. Chips, said by Catherine Bridges. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. See you in the next lesson. Have a very nice time. Thank you.